Hello everyone and welcome to Creative BD. And like I said, we're back after a long time and we're going to be making a series of After Effects tutorials just for you guys. Some basic tutorials that you need to know. And so this one is the first tutorial of the series, After Effects basic tutorials. And so yeah, let's get started. So first of all, what I'd like to say is After Effects is a software from Adobe, and it can be used for video editing, motion graphics, animation, and all VFX and many other stuff. And so it's a really easy to use software, and I'm going to show you. So today we're just going to be showing you the interface of Adobe After Effects. And so the version I'm using is Adobe After Effects CS6. It's a pretty new version of the software. And so what I'm going to be discussing is so here, so this, as you can see in the video, this one is the project panel, and
this one is the project panel. As you can see, you make projects here, and you
it's basically where everything starts. It's the basic, you're gonna be, of course, it's the first thing you do when you open the software. You just make software. You just make a project to work on, And so yeah, I'm going to show you. So this is the project panel,
and let's just mark this down. Projects. Pardon my bad handwriting.
So this is the projects panel, and you basically start a new project, a new composition here, and all the files you open through here, you drag them here, or also all the new solids and everything. We'll be discussing what those are, but basically every file that you work with is basically shown here, even starting a new project. And starting a new project and what a solid is and all the other stuff I'll be showing in my next video. So for this one, I'm just going to be showing you around about what this really is. And this here, as you can see, as it says, it's the composition panel. And when you make a new composition, when you start a new project, it becomes black. It becomes completely black, and it shows that nothing's in it. And when you so this is completely linked to the timeline. This here is called the timeline. So the one in the below, as you can see, this one is called a timeline. And so these three are connected, since making a new composition makes you put files from the projects panel to the timeline, and if you don't put anything here, then it just shows black in the composition panel, and when you put files in it, then it shows the file. And so yeah, these three are linked, and this is where you move the cursor, as I'm going to show you. So I have nothing in it, and so as I said, I'm just going to be showing around. As I have nothing in it, I can't really show you the cursor and stuff. I'm going to show you in my next video, and for this one. And then this is the audio. This is actually, you can change all this. The preview panel is really important, since when you're editing, you need to see the preview of what you made. And the info just shows you the X's and the colors and stuff like that. It's not really that important. And then there's the effects panel, where you find effects that you want to use in your video and such. And so then there's the tracker panel, which is helpful when you're doing tracking and stuff. And then there's the paint. So these all have their own uses. And this is the render queue. No need to worry if it isn't there. When you're rendering, it will just pop up. And so yeah, and then let me show you one more thing. So this has the files, like you open a new project, new composition, new folder or Photoshop file. There's the recent projects you did. Then there's another application that is linked that you can use besides After Effects for finding files and making them in order, and that is Adobe Bridge. And then there's the close. You just close project and save as to save your project, and increment and save, which is basically saving, another type of saving. And then there's import, which is import file, multiple files, Adobe Premiere Projects Pro, import After Effects, vanishing point, placeholder solids. We're gonna be talking about many of these in my next tutorials. And import recent footages, the recent footages that were used. And then there's export. When you have a file, when you have a project and you select the composition and you're ready to go, you select add to render queue, and the render queue pops up, and then you basically render your video into a file, and I'm going to be discussing this. And then there's Adobe Flash to use with Adobe Flash, same with Adobe Professional, yeah, like different files you save them. And then there's so that you save it as a Premiere Pro project. And then Adobe Story, you can find any like footage or something like that. And the watch folder, script. So this is a project settings is something that you don't really work on, but it's still there. And yeah, so, and one more thing I'd like to show you, edit has all these things that we're going to be talking about. Composition is you start any composition, a project that you work on. And then there's layers, which you use to basically work with all the files that's basically in the timeline. And I'm going to be talking about them in my next videos. And effects is basically effects and presets, and this effects, it's pretty much the same. And to go with animation effects, like you can use a lot of effects and combine them to make an animation of a certain type of effect that you pretty much use. And so yeah, it's there with track motion, same as here, and all the other stuff. And then view is for viewing the grid and all this other stuff. We're going to be talking about them later. And the window is important since you might mess up. You might, I don't know, close panel, like you might mess up, and then you're like, oh my god, where did it go, I can't find it, and stuff like that. So you just go to Windows, you can click to bring them back, or there are different workspace, like all panels, which I have currently right now. And then there's animation. For animation, there's effects. For effects, there's minimal motion tracking and all the other stuff. So it's right here at help. No, you don't really need that. It's useless, pretty much. Well, that was it for my first video. I hope you guys liked it, and this was the first video, so it is just talking about what everything is and how we will be using them, and just getting to show you what these are, because you'll be working with them. And workspace, yeah, you can change it here too and make your own. So yeah, and one last thing I'd like to say is that be sure to subscribe to my channel, Creativity, and check out the other videos. There's also anime music videos and stuff like that, and many other tutorials. I also have another channel which is Eternal Pandemonium, which has a lot of funny videos and VFX and stuff like that. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and I hope you learned something. See you on the next After Effects basic tutorial. Salam, guys.